Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Foxman Plays Planet Coaster, our creative series. Now, first, I'd like to apologize for the, couple days without an episode. The reason for that, as you might be able to tell, is because I've been sick and just straight up unable to record because I felt like utter crap. I am still sick-ish, but the Tylenol is doing its job right now. I feel pretty good. However, you might hear a couple throat clears, a couple sniffles. I'll try to keep it away from the microphone. But, yeah, I didn't want to go any longer without recording because, again, I know people have been pretty patient. And yeah, I want to try and get these guys out daily. So that said, being sick has kind of given me a chance to think about what we're doing in this park. Okay? Also, I just want to say hi to this guy. Let's hit play, see where he's going. Okay, he's just gonna fly through it. I removed the hidden dimensions for now. And it might not ever come back, who knows. But it's cool. I'm definitely gonna use it in other parks. As well, thank you to everybody who has actually taken time to fix it and re-upload it. I guess this is a good opportunity for me to say I'm thinking about doing a once a week episode where I specifically, like, all I do is look at your guys' blueprints, as well as other, friends of mine, YouTubers, so on and so forth. I can just kind of have a nice session where we go through and play with them all, and I can offer up my 2 cents on oh, I think, this is really cool, maybe do this or that. It might make it a bit better, something, but I just think it'd be something fun to do. So more on that later. I need a sip of my drink, sorry. And by drink I just mean water. So my throat, it's on the verge. It's a little ticklish at times, so I don't want to have a coughing fit, so I'll probably be drinking a lot of this water. Anyways, my time off, I've really thought of the direction I want to take this park, okay? I've kind of been just working on a few things, but for me, I needed more direction. I needed stuff to have more of a reason, of a purpose, and that may sound like a little excessive, or just like, oh, Fox, just freaking play the game, just build some cool coasters and stuff. I get it. But that's, that's something I can tackle in the challenge mode a little more, which I will definitely be getting into. For the creative mode, I wanted to create kind of a little world. A world which, yeah, it's just kind of, it's got a consistent theme of sorts. So without further ado, drum roll please. I want to do, like, a representation of different Canadian events and landmarks and just significant stuff like that. So I'm definitely open to suggestions. And when I say, significant events and landmarks, so on and so forth, well, there's a few I'm going to be working on this episode, and there's a few more that I've thought of. One that I'm not working on this episode that I thought of, though, is like kind of maybe doing like a representation of the Halifax explosions, very significant and sad events in Canadian history. Basically, it has a train and ammunition and explosions, and several thousand people died. But this dude, it's one of those Canadian historic moments commercials that we have up here. But, yeah, it's, pretty significant. So I kind of thought we could almost do like a dock-like thing somewhere around here. And we actually have one of the train rides that could go through it or something. That one's going to take some time. But the ones I'm going to work on this episode, there's 3 things. One is the Sleeping Giant, which you can view from the water in Thunder Bay, Ontario, on Lake Superior. Sorry, Thunder Bay, Ontario. Yeah, it's in Ontario, but it's on Lake Superior. It's quite the drive, but it's a really cool rock formation. Say if we were in Thunder Bay, right on the water, instead of these mountains, you would see kind of a rock formation that looks like a sleeping giant. It's really cool. I was there when I was like 3 or 4 years old. Don't remember too much. I remember eating a green popsicle while walking around, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, you can look up Google Images and such of it. It's kind of neat. So that's one thing, and I'm going to be working on that. 2 other things. One, I'm actually going to change this lake, which now looks like a kitten or a dog to me with his little tail. This is going to be changed to look like Lake Superior. We'll do a rough shaping of that this episode. And the reason I want to do that is because there's this really cool underwater panther myth involved with that, as well as the, kind of the legend of Lake Superior. She doesn't give up her dead. And that has to do with the low year-round temperatures that inhibits any sort of bacterial growth that would otherwise cause the bacteria to form gases in bodies, and then they would bloat and float, right? But the temperature is so cold that the bacteria doesn't really grow, so anything that dies, corpses and stuff, stays at the bottom. As well, the SS Edmund Fitzgerald, famous ship that has sunk down there. It's like nearly 800 feet long. It's split in half, pretty crazy. So we could actually do some pretty cool stuff with this water now. I could use one of the ship. It won't be the kind of ship, it won't look like it, but at least the shipwreck, the pirate shipwreck, we could do that. I'm not sure I want to represent the underwater panther. Again, we'll get more into that in a bit. By something like the Kraken, because that just seems a little bit of a stretch. I might just pretend it's down there. We don't actually do anything with it. But we all know, So I'm trying to weave in these things into this park, and maybe it's kind of silly, but I like the idea of doing that. The last thing, and I'm gonna work on it now, is the Niagara Escarpment. So it's not really a mountain per se, but I thought it'd be really cool to represent the Niagara Escarpment. We'll just make it a little bit longer down here. It's basically the several kilometers, several hundred kilometers or miles long. It weaves through the the Great Lakes in Canada and the United States, and it's really cool. It's, I think, home to some of the oldest trees in the world. A couple 2,000-3,000-year-old trees and stuff like that. It's fairly protected. It's like a world biosphere area, one of 12 in Canada. So there's an agency that controls all sorts of development that would happen on the escarpment, or prevents it, I guess. But it's kind of cool, and especially when I drive down to my parents from Toronto down to, they live in the Niagara Falls region. You can see the ridge on the side. It's very beautiful, especially in the fall, with all the trees and stuff. So that's something I'm gonna do. We're gonna start with that, just so I can actually start doing something. And let's get this episode going. So let's see here. Let's just get the size up. Basically, this I'm gonna wing. It's gonna help frame things a little bit more. We still have this line here, so I think on the other side of the ridge, kind of over here, we have this area. I might pull this land out a bit more and actually build kind of like a retaining wall closer to this edge. So that way we can build some good area here to have some attractions, some shops, so on and so forth. Pull out the terrain and maybe have, less jarring of a land transition from here to here. So we'll see about that. But I definitely want to make use of this space. I don't want to fill up everywhere with all these mountains and stuff. As well with the sleeping giant, this is going to be going away just because this little inactive volcano, while it's kind of a cool idea, doesn't quite fit thematically, I don't think. So we'll see. And lastly, you know what? I decided to, since this is kind of alpine area, I figured we'll pretend this is almost like the Rocky Mountains out in BC, right? That's another significant landmark in Canada, as well in the States. You got the Rockies, but it's pretty dope in BC. You got Whistler, BC. So we're going to pretend this is all kind of surrounded by the Rocky Mountains, just to keep with the theme. All right? All right. So anyways, yeah, basically I'm going to extend this. It's going to be a little bit lower over here. But let's just kind of wing it. Let's just wing it. Jeff Winger. That's my voice sounds different, right? Like I'm definitely a little nasally. I can feel it. I've been more stuffed up though. At least now I can kind of breathe, which is nice. Little touch of a headache, not a bad one, but that's also come from being stuffed up, which sucked. All right. And then I'm actually going to transition it down here. I think it's going to end, probably just have it end right around here. Yeah, we're not doing too much. This is just more to kind of keep with the idea of the escarpment. In certain parts of the escarpment, it's like you don't even really see it there, and some parts of the escarpment, it's very much prominent. So yeah, I want some areas to be. And the thing too, you know, I thought about it. As people come around here, and then we're gonna have this little bridge. Yeah, we will make this look like Lake Superior, but then they'll come around, and then I'm thinking we can have another tunnel passageway out here as well. It'll lead into that kind of retaining wall walkway, and have some stuff on this side as well. So still keeping with the idea of having several little pockets of interesting areas. But just they're all kind of have maybe a bit of a different theme. So there's going to be a lot of custom built assets, buildings and stuff as well. I like you know, I want to make not like Western buildings, but older looking kind of Canadian sort of buildings from the early days of Kingston, you know, Canada's original capital and stuff. You know, limestone was a pretty significant building material, rock, you know, in the landscape around there. If you've ever been to Napanee, you know, you drive through that little limestone rock cut. Okay, this is seeming like a little too how do I say, uniform? Let's yeah, just get a couple interesting areas. Actually, here, let's maybe build a bit more of a ridge kind of up here. Then we can kind of have like a little bit of a cliff thingy there, just to make it a little more interesting. I'm just roughing this out this episode. That's why there's not a time lapse or anything for most of this stuff. I'm not sure I will do a time lapse this episode just because I've missed you guys and I want to talk to you. But you know, I want to get more of this framework stuff in now that I'm thinking of it. We are going to be building a roller coaster later this episode. After we do the Sleeping Giant, I want to do a wooden roller coaster that kind of is on top and around. So yeah, I'm not gonna roughen this too much just because it's a, you know, I don't even know why I'm roughing it up. The escarpment, you know, it's not too rough. I don't know. Let's pull this up a bit more up here. I should probably get rid of these trees just because they're gonna be hidden. You know, we'll replant some in the future. But what the heck? But for now, let's get rid of these guys on the edge. So one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. You know what? It's not bad. It's not super interesting, but it's not supposed to be kind of like a showstopper. We're just framing out the area a little bit more. We'll have trees along the top. We'll have a couple a tunnel over there. Maybe do another one over here or something. I don't know. and yeah. So another thing, I am gonna just paint this out so I kind of remember and can show you guys. So I'm thinking too, this area here. Siri, go away. Okay. This area there, and even down here, we can have a lot of the kind of more the thrill rides and family rides, perhaps. I feel like this is a decent area for some of those. We'll try to sneak in a few back here with a few shops, I think. But this will be good for more of a concentrated zone, I guess. I'm going to take another sip of my drink. So yeah, and then I think it'd be really cool, again, to have it lead down. If I could do kind of the whole Halifax explosion setup. Basically, I want to make what almost looks like a mini town, sort of, or just have a few buildings. We'll do the train ride that'll actually go through, and try to make a few docks. It'll be hard though because I can't build past this line, so the docks and such, I don't, that's the one thing, right? Like, I could build my own water body kind of down here, but I don't know how that'll work. Oh, we'll see. Yeah, so that's that. Next thing I'm gonna work on is we're just gonna rough out Lake Ontario, or not Lake Ontario, Lake Superior. So yeah, it's really cool. The let me find it here. I've got it. The underwater panther that lives the bottom Mishipashu. I'm probably pronouncing that way wrong. Is in Ojibwe, and it's this mythological water being. And Mishipashu translates into the Great Lynx as well. It has the head and paws of a giant cat, but is covered in scales and has dagger-like spikes running along its back and tail. Mishipashu calls Mishitakoden Island. I'm pronouncing that wrong, certainly. Calls it in Lake Superior its home, and is a powerful creature in mythological traditions of some Native American tribes. Where else does it say? The underwater panther is the most powerful underworld being, and it is held to be, I believe, the master of all water creatures, including snakes. So that also gave me another idea, because previously I was talking about having a coaster that kind of wraps around and winds through this thingy. So I almost feel like we could pretend that it could be like a snake that's kind of wrapping around here, and it's being controlled by, the underwater panther. So it kind of links the two, gives it a little more purpose to being here. And it's, overlooking the water. I think that's cool. I need more water. Sorry, my voice is going crazy. And by voice, I mean throughout. I do apologize. So yeah. Lake Superior. It's really cool. Let me see here. I need to, I'm going to get a reference photo up here. It's not going to be perfectly accurate, but at least let's get it started here. Where's the tool? I'm just going to use this guy. Let's going to reduce the size down a fair bit to start. And we're going to reshape it. The cool thing is, because I did a bit of testing on this, that this kind of area placement doesn't work too bad for shaping it out. So let's see here. We're going to have to get the rough shape. Don't worry. Be patient. This is going to be the one end. Okay. Oopsies. I can fix all that stuff up later. And then it kind of comes down like this. Let me just clear some this way. I'm actually going to make this a bit bigger just so we can clear out some of this shit. Okay, now let's go back down. And then it kind of comes... Shoot, I screwed this up a little bit. What are you doing? Alright. Okay, just go away. Go away. We're gonna have to remove these. We got a few floaters. We'll get rid of them. It does kind of go like this. It's a bit more... like that. That's kind of close. This is a little more rounded here. Not rounded, but just like it doesn't come to such a point. And then up here, it's kind of got a little bit of a hump. This is going to take a lot of work. Let's just at least get it roughed out. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. That's why, you know, I'm not doing a time lapse. But this is the sort of thing we'll do a time lapse for in the future one, where placing rocks and vegetation and such around it. Yeah, that looks kind of... it'll, yeah. Okay. So let's go back to this guy. Then we've got like a... let me see here. It kind of does kind of naturally come up like this a little bit. And then it has this little sort of landmass that juts out. Like a little spiky, fingery thing. Okay. Kind of like that. We'll need to fix up this area a bit. Actually, it kind of comes down a little more there. Actually, even a little more right there, I think. Okay, and then it does this weird kind of spiky thing there, and then it comes back up a little bit more here. And then it does like the kind of curvy thing down like that, I guess. Actually, this is more steep. It's not quite right. Got some weird glitchy stuff going on with the graphics. That's okay. And then this kind of can come down a little bit more. It does something like... oopsies. That. And then it does start to actually come up like this. Levels out a bit more, and then it does another bit of a thing. And then it's got like this... you know, this isn't going to be exactly like superbly portioned. It's kind of tricky for me. Especially kind of doing it so quickly. But then it kind of comes down like this. And does a little doohickey. Just get it roughed out like that. Increase the size. To more quickly clear this mumbo jumbo out. Close enough for now. Oh, that doesn't look... that's way wrong. That's way wrong. It's not nearly that large. Good grief. Yeah, we'll have to come back to that guy. But it does kind of come to a bit of a point right here as well. Bit of a point. Does some funky stuff. It's not that rounded there. And then we bring it up. I'm going to keep this guy. Even though it's not necessarily part of the thing. You know, I like this too much, and it still helps with the transition out there. How does it go when we get up here? It kind of does a bit more of a weird spike thing as well. Go away. Go away. Get lost, you hoser. That's pretty brutal. Why is it? Oh, I see, I see. Kind of like that. And then this starts to just kind of slowly rises up. So we got to clear out more of this. Actually, maybe we should figure out... Still need to figure out... This side's going to be tricky. What if I did it like... This is the one edge. This has got to be bigger. Go like that, and then it kind of just comes down. Oh man, this is not looking right. This part's okay. This part's kind of okay. It's just tricky with this thing kind of here. Why don't we... Maybe I should just keep going up here first. Just bring it up. It's a little more steep. And then it gets to a point where it actually kind of levels off a little bit. Okay, get rid of all this crap. I don't quite like it being... You know, the bridge, this is going to make the bridge kind of tricky though. Yeah, let's bring this down a little bit just so we have some more room for the bridge. I figure the bridge can come here and then kind of curve to the right anyway, so it's not the end of the world, but... And then it comes over here, stops, and then it comes down. Okay, here we go. Be more square there. Yeah, this will take a lot more finessing in the long term, but let's just get the general shape of it. I can fix the proportions later. It kind of comes out like that. Comes back in a little bit. Does some more funky shit. Funky shit, is that correct design terminology? And it comes in a little bit, and then that's where it does this kind of more funky thing. The proportions on this are way off. I'm just gonna say that right now. I did it a lot better in my little practice session, like way better. It actually kind of bothers me. You know, that's why I did it too, so I had some practice. But it's mostly this area over here where it doesn't look quite as right, I guess, or the proportions are off a bit. I wish there was a way where I could actually do like an overlay. You know, you could import an image and then trace along it. That would make it a lot easier. Also, working around this thing has proven to be a bit of a pain. It's generally there, but yeah, it's gonna need some work. Also, there's an island here, a fairly large one, and there's also a little island here. So we're going to come back to that in the future. I at least wanted to get it kind of shaped out roughly though. And yeah, we'll do some time lapsing in future episodes. This would actually be a great episode for time lapsing because since I don't want to talk, but it's an episode where I can't really do time lapsing. All right. Just because, you know, I like to explain as we're roughing stuff out, you know, I like to explain what I'm doing. So we're getting rid of this guy. Let's get rid of the water first. Sorry. And then we're going to flatten you to foundation. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's a good thing I didn't spend really more than a couple minutes forming that guy out anyway, so I don't feel too bad about this. You know, we don't have a lot of lost work or anything. Just keep it like that for now. Actually, let's just pull this up because we know we're gonna be working there and there. We'll make all that stuff look right. So now I need to pull up my reference image of the sleeping giant. And I'm going to pretend that, you know, this side of the water you're viewing. So he's just going to shut up just a bit, you know. It shouldn't look too severe. It's definitely not going to be as tall as this, or even like, you know, it might be about as tall as this. Not going to be very tall. So let me first, before we do it, let me just paint a general area. So I can get a better idea of the length. You know what? Maybe we won't have it quite right on this ridge. Maybe we'll start, the head will be right around there. And then the body will go, see how it's fairly long. I'm just trying to proportion this right. Actually the head will be maybe a bit less. Doesn't have to be super exact, but I want to try and get it kind of close. And then it kind of transitions over this. Okay, so let's get this good business going on. We're going to pull you up. First, I'm going to try and get the heights right. Let's go with just a bit taller. That might be a bit too tall. I might be okay with that. Let's get the rest in, and that'll really help me. So then there's like actually like a bit of a neck here, but we'll be able to see that what looks like the chin. Actually, let's just pull it up all along. Yeah, I feel like that's relatively gonna be a good height. So then this is gonna take a bit of flattening and then smoothing out. So there's a part where it almost looks like you know, the arms are up, kind of maybe crossed along the giant's chest. I'm gonna take some more water. And proceed to spill almost on my keyboard and my mouse. Didn't actually get either, but you know, close. No biggie, no biggie. So we definitely want to capture that, and then there's another little bit of a ridge. I don't think it goes quite that long. I might have cut back a little much. Actually, Nah. If anything, we need to go a little bit more. Something like that. We'll pull this guy a bit more. And there's more of a transition there. It doesn't look like kind of a cliff edge. Something like that. And then the rest is actually relatively flat. And then it gets down. Actually goes like... Gets a little bit of a plateau like this. Let's see here. Pull that out. Actually, let's smooth this out. We gotta transition this more slowly. And then this goes down some. Just has like a natural-ish. Not natural-ish, but... Well, I guess it is all nature, but like it has a more... smooth sort of slope transition into maybe not quite that much. That's better. Actually, that's quite decent. Lengthwise, proportionate wise, the head isn't quite as large on this side, so we've got to push this down. There's like another bit of a he's got like a, you know, fairly long sloped sort of forehead. So let's pull this up just bit by bit. Okay, bit by bit, bit by bit. No, you definitely need to come up. Just trying to get the slope right. It's fairly close, actually. And then the forehead, yeah, it does kind of go up a bit, and then it flattens out on top for the most part, and then there's like, let's get this smaller. Yeah, kind of like a flat spot here, and it really gives them kind of like a chin. And then it slopes back up again. Smooth this bad boy out. I think this has to go down some. But it has to come... oopsie daisy. It's got to come over a little bit more. There we go. And it does slope up a bit more up here. I might just roughen this area up a little. We'll see. And then it's kind of flat here, and then there is a drop, yeah, right about here. Let's just push this guy in a bit, though. And then reduce the size a bit. Just kind of roughen this up a bit. It does kind of dip around here. We don't want it that rough, though. Bit of a dip. Not that much of a dip, though. Smooth it out. And then, yeah, like that. Push you down a touch more. I'm on the verge of sneezing, so get ready for a mic mute. And then it kind of does that. I feel like this needs to be elongated a little bit more. Yeah, even more. That's pretty close. And then it's got like a, yeah, a little bit of a ramp down. I gotta say, this isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. Previously, when I did the sleeping giant, I just did like I didn't really, I kind of went with the concept, but I didn't try to make the same profile. But in terms of, you know, how he's gonna be on this side, or like width-wise, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna need to do like a lot of, when I look at close-up pictures, there's a lot of kind of like, it's not a perfectly smooth cliff. There's like little juts in, juts out kind of, sort of. And then at a certain point, there's a bit of a gradient, you know? It's not, like, it's right on the water edge too. So ideally, this would be over here. But I'm almost pretending that this little part, this is kind of a water edge. This is a good start, though. I'm actually kind of happy with this. So you can see, it looks kind of like, there's the head. Kind of arms across the chest, and then there's the legs and all that business. If you look up pictures, I'd say this is much better than our current Lake Superior, like subprime. But yeah, I'm gonna do, we'll get another time lapse actually getting some proper shit going, at least when I feel better. Now, in terms of the roller coaster, I'm gonna show you one that I did. It was more specific to the previous sleeping giant that I tested out. Let me see what we got here. Station. Oh yeah, I'm testing it with some buildings and stuff. All right. So this is actually like, it's a decent roller coaster. And it's a wooden one, and I specifically wanted to do wooden because I just feel like, you know, it's got more of that earthy feeling, and it's kind of just, it felt better with the whole idea of the sleeping giant to me. So I'm not sure, we might have to just make a new roller coaster altogether, which would be fine, and I'd kind of mimic it around this. You can see on the far right there, that's actually a point where it would go. I had like one of his legs arched up in my test, which is obviously not accurate to how the sleeping giant actually looks. But yeah, it's actually, you know, I'll show you guys. Well, let's just test this out just to show you. It's a pretty decent ride. And hopefully I can recreate something not too dissimilar. Let's get rid of that for now. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. Listen to that chain. That's what always scared me some of the most with these wooden coasters, you know. They just sound like they're gonna break. That in the wood and all that, but alright. Actually, we should get the testing back up so you guys can see the live data. Here we go. You know, excitement, fear, nausea, pretty good. There we go. Obviously the fear gets up a fair bit, a fear bit. But, you know, overall, we're in the green for a good portion of it. The fear spiked up again. Oh. Fear, you can go down now. You're making me look bad. Not too shabby. But look at that. 7, 5.3, 1.6. Everything is in the green. So, and that one I just kind of won. Around the old giant. I just kind of weave stuff in and out. I tried to do actual... Although it's not this tall on the other one. This is right on the ground. But I tried to do some research on actual designs of wooden coasters, right? You know, they got a steep start, and then it's kind of more of a gradual here, and then, you know, more hills. The turns sometimes are banked a bit more. In this case, not enough. That's part of the track smoothing. I went a little crazy with that. And then, you know, the parts where it goes through and close, you got that, what they call the head choppers. Yes, I'm learning the industry language. So I got a few of those, and that helps, or maybe that doesn't help, but that's what gets the fear up in a lot of these instances, the head choppers. And then there's the, what they call double ups and double downs. So, like, this is a pretty crazy part right there, I'll admit. But it comes up, and then it goes down a bit, and then soon after, it goes back up again. And then it comes down. So you get, like, airtime with that, which is also good for excitement. Yeah, things like that, and the high speed, and so on and so forth. And we can do more crazy... Basically, the less our speed, the tighter the turns and stuff we can have as well, as we're losing momentum and stuff. So I just tried to keep all the general design principles kind of decent. So I wouldn't mind making something similar here, or modifying this one. And then after we get it in place, well, it'll be for a future episode, but we'll do the kind of... making this look proper rocky, and getting all the trees and bullshit going on in there, because that adds to the experience while you're on the coaster. So let's just keep this guy here as yeah, I'm gonna move him back a tiny bit just so we have a little more room. Let's go to coasters, and for the one I make over here, I will blueprint it and allow other people to play with it as well. And I'm thinking, unlike this one, which you can see here, it dips down, kind of under the terrain, so it doesn't make it as good as of a blueprint for people because it's terrain dependent. This one, I might not have that, or if I do, I'll still keep it at the base level. You know, maybe we do like the tunnel kind of here or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Actually, yeah, let's just build them. You know, that's part of the experience. That's part of these Let's Plays. I don't want to build stuff off camera and then just be like, all right, here you go. As good as this one is, hopefully we can recreate. So let's just wooden coasters, the monster mash. Of course, we're gonna theme it and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna try to follow the same path though. We're gonna try to recreate it kind of closely. So I'm just thinking too about the queue and stuff. You know, we can always pull this out a bit more if we need more space or do something fun with the queue. But I like the idea of it wrapping around the head at the end. Let's see here. Let's just put it here. Oh wait, it's... How does that... I want the queue on the other side, so if I place this... Ah, shit. Wait, what? That's what I want. What does that actually do? So entry left, exit left. Oh, I see, I see. Okay. No. Okay, I need a sip of my drink. Did it just... It reduce... Wait a minute. Go... No, okay. Delete. Coasters. Let's just place it right like that. Why does it do that though? Like it reduces the size. Oh, wait, is it just like there's a terrain issue? Maybe that's it. Okay. Let's... Alright. Hey, no. Hey, you're listening to me, you punk. I'm done with you. It just keeps whittling away. Let's pull it back a bit. Place it. There we go. What? Now I need to rotate it. Oh, okay. Done. But why? Why does it reduce it to 3 like that? I don't understand. Oh, there we go. Whoa. That was easy. I'll keep it to 4. Because that... Wait. Is that what the... Well, I guess we have to go with 5. That's fine. Is the other one 4 or 5? Oh, okay, the other one was 5. Alright, well then let's just go with that. Okay. So. Done. Oh, I didn't click it. I didn't click it. Ah. I am having a really hard time understanding. There, okay, now just get this going on. We're gonna pull you in, we're gonna pull you up. And I'm trying to think how long that guy was, yeah. 1, 2. We could always take a look. I think it was that though. And then we just pull this guy in. Pull him down. That looks about accurate. Just click you. Just to be sure. 1, 2. Ow. I guess we could always move them. Oh, snap dizzle. Oh, wait. Hey. No, you need to be shorter, though, bro. Yeah, that looks about right. That looks about right. Okay. Come back to you. We will go ahead and just do a dip. Dip-de-doo. Not super steep, but fairly steep is my understanding with these guys. With these wooden coasters. It's gonna be easier if I just give you an erection. Actually, start with this guy. Gosh darn it, why is this being so finicky? Seriously, dude. I almost wish there was a slider for the length. or an input. I could just input the number. Alright, there you go. Something like that. And then, yeah, we don't want the pull-up to be too crazy. Because then you get too many G-forces and people are like, oh, I'm going to be sick. But we definitely want it. What if we go like... Pull that down a little bit more, though. That seems too sudden. Pull you in a little bit, and then there we go. And we pull you up. And we're going to be smoothing out this track. Actually, I should probably do that as we go. Try and mirror that a little bit. And then we don't want it quite as tall. Just pull it back. Pull it back even more. Does that make sense? I think this one needs to be not quite as tall. And then there we go. Yeah, that might work. We gotta test it out. It definitely, like, this one I did over here, like, how did I made that look so much better. I think it's the smoothing. I think maybe it's just the smoothing. Alright, so let's try some smoothing then. Let's go to here. Oopsies. Hey, go away. Let's go to here. And smooth out this for starters. You can see it kind of brings it up a little bit sometimes too. But yeah, it makes it a smoother transition. And then if we go up here, bring you down to maybe there. See, it's actually bringing it down a fair bit. Alright. Still not quite as rounded as this one. I guess maybe if I did smoothing on like this whole section. This is definitely... Oopsies. Wait. Okay, go away. Hey, no, come back. Edit. There we go. This guy, it's got to be more like this. This is we got a chance to improve upon that part. I do kind of want to have it actually go through here though. I think I will do that with the terrain. Just I like the idea of there being a little bit of a tunnel there. So sue me. It's gotta come up a fair bit. So let's go do the terrain now while I'm thinking of it. Yeah, if you're gonna use this this coaster in your park, you might have to do a bit of terraforming. But you know what? That's okay. Yeah, let's get it like right deep. And then it'll come out somewhere over here. Oh, nice. Should maybe make this a bit bigger for now. And then we can always come back and tweak it. We'll get some lights and shit in there. Some nice little decorations. Alright. It's good though. I know auto-tunneling is a thing, but I don't want it just to be like... I'd almost maybe at one point, you know, kind of like to have... Theoretically, people could walk through there, you know? I don't want it to be a narrow little tunnel. I want it to seem like a natural-ish formation. So, you know, just putting that out there. I know a lot of times people are like, yeah, you know, you can do auto tunneling. I know. But sometimes I like to do stuff by hand. This is where it's going to be crazy-ish G-forces. So, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. See how it do. Don't know how it do, but it do. We definitely need to bank it. Like, let's try 45 there. Try to keep it wide. Oh, as wide as we reasonably can in here to help reduce those G's. Okay. It's coming along. Yeah, pull it out that way a little more. Still a little bit more. Start to pull it up a bit, reduce the speed a touch. Actually, you know what? We could, if we find it's too crazy going into this turn, we'll just put a couple trim brakes. But the thing is, with these coasters, right, we need to keep the speed going. I don't want to have to do a second chain lift. That kills all, you know, excitement. So let's just see the width of this too. All right, that's not looking too shabby. Wait, what? There we go. And this will work pretty well as like a head chopper type doohickey as well. And then yeah, you can see it comes up a fair bit. I'm gonna turn this back down to maybe 15 here. Something like that. Pull you out a little bit more, pull you down a little. Actually, no, we want to do the, what is it, double up? Whoa. Okay. Do you want it to be 90 degrees like that? No, I want it more like... there. So that's 0. We'll start going like this, and then it kind of goes down a bit, and then it comes back up even higher. Oh, that's kind of going the wrong way though. Does that look pretty straight? Let's just test to see. I think it needs to go either to the right, the tiniest. It doesn't actually matter because we're not going that far with this track. That's pretty close. Actually, so we want that, yeah. And then this kind of pulls up again, and it goes a little bit higher. Obviously, this is not going to be 100% the same as this previous one, but if I can use the same general path, we can tweak stuff a little bit. Let's just test this out right now and see kind of what... Oh, wait. I do want to get that up. Okay. Oh, wait, well, we gotta, wait, stop it, start it again. I wasn't paying attention and it was going way too fast. Wait, what the okay, am I just, okay. Start the test. Okay, now it's 1 time speed. Okay, okay. Drink some more water here. Keep spelling this shit, man. Excitement is crazy high. Fear gets up there. Nausea gets up there too. That corner's pretty devastating for fear. The nausea's pretty high. I think what I'm still gonna do, I'm gonna finish it, and then we're gonna come back and tweak stuff. What I can do is pull this up a bit more, you know, smooth it out a little bit more, to help reduce the nausea or the fear. Or it might, like, overall it might be fine. For nausea to hit 6 for an instant isn't too bad, you know. And maybe same with fear. Yeah, it spikes at 9 there. I know this is the craziest corner because you're coming down with such speed. So that's why I was saying maybe we do have a couple trim breaks. Maybe bank it even more, to be honest. It's only 45 there. So that's an option. Alright. And then does that. And then it kind of, how does it go over? Yeah, so it comes over here and it goes over this. And then it loops back through here. So that'll be interesting though. It'll have some of the structure might come down here. Though I'm not sure if I actually want. I might have it so the structure's here and here, and then I might remove the support structure so it's just like the loop is kind of hanging over the cliff. We'll see how it looks. Visuals are pretty important though. Wooden coasters, they do look pretty dope. They do look pretty dope. So this guy is going to start to curve and bank. Of course, we're going to bank it. Although I think we're going to need to fix this. So these aren't as long. Actually, yeah, even this guy. Go. Oh shit, did I screw up? Actually, you know what though? That's fine. We can maybe build in the slight turn and whatchamacallit into this this next up. Yeah, that might work. Add to some of the excitement. It might be too exciting or nauseating, but we gotta give it a try, man. Double up. That comes down a bit. .45 and a little bit more of a turn. So we can actually get there. Yeah. Alright, now let's pull this guy out more. Go back to 30, I think. And then we gotta start thinking about it. Oh wait, okay, it comes up, goes down. Yeah, you gotta go. I'm gonna make this one actually a fair bit shorter. And you start going this way. Now this is one way I've heard makes it more exciting, is having it so it's turning this way, but it's also banked in that same way. So at lower speeds, this adds to the excitement and stuff, because it gives you a little bit of the G-forces and stuff. I think we might still be going too fast to have it banked that way, so yeah. Okay, but definitely want to bank it here. Actually, so maybe it doesn't need to even go... Like here, it came out quite a bit. Oh, right. If we're going to have it go through here, we still want to make sure that the turn radius isn't too crazy. Shoot. So maybe we do need to have it come out here. Let's see how this looks though. We can always come back and remove that. Let's just get this to 45 again. I started turning too soon. Let's just go like that. And then is this guy banking? Not quite. Let's just do a little bit. We'll do 10. And then 20. Bring them in. Get it going crazy now. 45. Really bring it in. It's still... Oh shit, you know, it's not supposed to be quite that low. Let's see. I'd prefer to kind of go through more of this center part, but if this ends up working, I'll be okay with it. And then how does it... Oh yeah, it curves right back around and then it goes over. Yeah, we'll have it kind of come up and ride along the body a bit there, I think. That's going to be interesting. So obviously you're not going to be able to see a lot of the actual, you know, kind of body from the water here. You'll sort of be able to see it through the wood and stuff, but it won't be a clear image. And then I still got to figure out if I want to make it cliff-like on this side or have more of a gradual. I think we'll probably retain some of the cliff-likeness. And then this is where it's got to come up again. And then kind of come down a little bit. I don't think I want 40 degrees though, or 45. How's that for steepness? It's kind of weird. We're definitely gonna need to smooth that out though. And then it goes over again. Okay, yeah. Goes over. And then by the time it goes over, it'll be perfectly kind of flat. Not perfectly flat, but like 0 degree. It's actually about the same kind of angle we've got going on there. Not too shabby. Okay, let's just test this out again. Get going up there. Obviously, we're gonna do point of view when we're all done. Man, the excitement gets right up there. But yeah, this might need to be a bit more gradual. I don't know. I don't want the fear so high that people just don't want to go on it. That's, you know, we got the good greens going on there though. Obviously this turn is still, it's pretty fast, so you get the fear and the nausea up. So might even need to bank it more or bring it up a bit. Let's just speed this up a bit more. I want to see the speed as they're coming out of this turn. Yeah, that's 60 miles an hour. 40 miles. That's pretty good. Pretty good speed. Now, so it goes under the second loop here. I see what I did there. It was gonna be kind of not super tricky. I mean, the speed does slow down a bit. Let's pull this back some. Actually, maybe with this one, then we start banking it a little bit. Well, 15 is, yeah, it's not too much. And we could turn it a touch. Bring it down a touch. Bring it down a little bit more. Bring it in. Curve it in. 30. Does this guy, as he goes... Yeah, he goes over and then he definitely has that kind of coming down sensation. So maybe we should pull this down. Oh, that's about as much as we can get. Alright, so be it. This guy will pull down a fair bit more then. Actually, you're supposed to turn a little more. $30 and turn ya. 45. Yeah, and basically this is the home stretch. You can see here, like this, there's more room in between there than there. You know, this comes out more on this side. This is kind of more equal. Well, it's the same general layout though. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. And obviously it's exciting. You can't say it's not exciting, but we're gonna have to tweak the fear a fair bit. Maybe do some more banking. You know, 45 is the highest banking I've done on this. I think I'm gonna have to get, you know, some 60s going on, because that is, I guess, one of the signatures of a lot of these wooden coasters. They have pretty decent banking. And then I do, you know, get another little hill, get some excitement going on in their lives. So maybe we pull this down a touch and straighten it out. Although I do like the idea. And then it does, yeah, the turn there. I kind of want to keep it close-ish to his body. Maybe this part will actually come up on his body and then it curves. I don't want it going too far away from his body. Even this stuff, it's kind of like, it's kind of far, but you can't have tight turns, obviously. Then how does it... Goes up and then it comes down. I see. So maybe we'll go like this. Bring it down, bring you over. Bring you about 15. And now we'll start to turn you. Get turt. At this point though, to the banking, you don't need to go necessarily quite as much. It correlates with the speed, right? Relative to the speed. The higher your speed, the more banking you want to do, unless you want people to be super afraid and super nauseous. So it's definitely a balancing act. So a good way to get excitement up in the later portions of the track when you have less speed, just reduce the banking a little bit. It's my general understanding. So slowly bring you down. See how that is. Yeah, and then we do like a little horseshoe type thing. Actually, although maybe as it comes around this side, it won't be. Well, I guess. Oh, I see how it is. This kind of. Wait. Okay. It's not really a horseshoe. It's just this one side. Gotcha. Alright. Do 15 again. Pull it. Start to tweak it. Smooth it out soon. I just want to complete the loop all the way, and then we'll start smoothing other stuff out. It's fun though. It's fun. The sleeping giant. Probably will bank it a bit more here though. It's still gonna have, I reckon, a decent amount of speed coming around this corner. Should be coming around the corner when she comes. Yeah. Now that you gotta come this way and you gotta come down. That'll work. Maybe I'm just gonna see what autocomplete looks like. The fuck? Oh, there we go. But wait, what? Why doesn't this have the rail? Am I going crazy here? Track supports. Why is this so much different? Why does it not have the rail? Is it the angle or something? Nah, it can't be, dog. Screw that malarkey. Yeah, that one can be like that. Let's just do this by hand. Yeah, we'll smooth all that shit out. There we go. All right, let's go for another test. See how everything generally works, and then we'll smooth it out. And then we'll blueprint it and workshop it. And then we'll end the episode because I am sick and I should be in bed. It's pretty crazy fear. The nausea. I don't like to use the trim brakes that much though, if I don't have to. Oh yeah, the fear right around that corner. Pretty crazy speeds. Alright, excitement's going down. Well, getting a little framey there. Huh. It's not like this one over here is way better. I think. Wait, 7.71. Okay, let's pause this. 6 and 2.4. So what's this guy? So our nausea on this one is like 0.8 higher, but it's still indecent. The fear is 0.7 higher, but the excitement is also 0.7 higher. Even though the end part is pretty lame, this over here, like, did I do something? Oh, we didn't really bank this as much, so maybe that's why the excitement was up a bit more at the end. Well, we gotta smooth this guy out anyway, so that's gonna reduce some of the banking. So Let's, where do we start? Smooth this a bit more. By a bit more, I mean a whole hell of a lot. And then this guy, yeah. Gonna need a lot of smoothing. You can see it's kind of pulling that end out a little bit, which is totally fine. It's gonna help with the G-forces. Alright, so now the terrain's in the way, but that's okay. And then this dude, I definitely want to just smoothen this out. Not too much. You're going to see the top is going to start to come down a bit as we smooth it out a little. So we don't want to do it too much because then it's going to just remove the little hill. Or the crest, whatever you want to call it. I just want to make it look like when you're on the ride, there's not like super janky kind of moments, you know? So there we go. And then I think I might have to smooth the banking on some of these turns. But let's just... There you go. By smooth banking, I think it's gonna like... it didn't look like it really changed it. Sometimes it reduces it though. Alright, let's pull you back. Oh, that's tightening it up. That's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. Hey. Include you. Smooth you all out. This area definitely needs some work. Siri, go away. Freaking. I'm gonna need to start leaving my phone away while I record. Because I say stuff and Siri's like, what the fuck do you want? I know I could shut her up. I could shut her up real good. Pow, right in the kissing. I'm just joking. But, I could turn it off. Alright. We're getting there. It's getting smoother. Actually, no, we don't want to. Should maybe do this. There you go. And then this guy, yeah, we'll transition you a little bit. Smooth the banking. Just a touch. Just the tip. Alright. Now how do you wanna do? It's pulling them in a little bit. But at this point, yeah, the speed isn't so crazy, so like if the banking gets reduced, I think I'm all for that. I'm on all fours for that. Actually, I might even want to, there we go. Smooth the banking out. That's looking kind of sexy. And then last but not least, yeah, we'll smooth you out as well. Not too shabby. Alright, now let's do one test. See how that does for the numbers, see if it increases or decreases anything. And then we'll do a point of view, I think, once we're all happy with it. Happy, happy, happy. Alright, excitement gets up there. Fear, of course, is still an issue. Yeah, it goes over 9 there. As long as at the end of the day, if the averages are all in the green, I'll be really happy and less willing to like I won't feel like I need to go into specific sections and fix them. Of course we can, But yeah. I mean, the excitement is still okay there, like coming around. See, and I think that's partially because there's reduced banking. You know, there's a very slight, but they can kind of feel the G-forces a little bit there, and they're not going as fast, so it's good. 7.46, let's hit pause. So it's gone down from 7.71 to 7.46, which is still fine. The fear has gone down by, you know, 0.26 or something like that. And the nausea's gone down a lot, son. Holy shnikes. It was, what, was it 2.4? Because it was, this one was like, let me just hit done. It was 0.8 less or more than this. So yeah, we were 2.4. Now we're 1.72. That's actually good. That's a good improvement. Just from smoothing it out a little bit. And that helps a lot with the nausea. So you know what? As a a roller coaster, I'm pretty happy with this wooden one. I can delete this guy now. Of course, let's get this uploaded, and I open up to you guys to improve it. Again, just there's only one terrain dependency, or of course you could just raise it up, and it should be relatively fine. But I think the fun with these coasters is kind of having them interact with the terrain to some extent. So, you know, do it as you will. But the thing too, remember, this is part of the fear as well, kind of head chopper element. Obviously, the G-forces and such are pretty crazy there, but yeah, if you decide to take this and maybe add some more to it, or just change stuff up, let me know. I am going to be doing that whole, I think, yeah, every Friday or something, I'll test out a bunch of blueprints. What was the, let's see here. Oh, wow. It's over a kilometer. Jeez Louise. Biggest drop 52 meters. Average speed 36 miles. Max speed 73. Duration is over a minute. That's pretty decent. Max upward. So yeah, that could be here. Yeah, we could elongate this a little bit more, or just not have it drop so much. We could basically bring this little archway up a bit. So basically, they don't have as much speed to build up, which means the upward G forces, the vertical G's, won't be quite as crazy. So that might be a way of reducing that. And of course, this here too, there's a lot of speed going in here, so we could reduce the height of this maybe a bit, or have it more of a gradual sort of drop here. Obviously, you could raise this up and bank it quite a bit more, and that would reduce the fear and the nausea going on there. But overall, I mean, that's part of roller coasters, right? Is like, sometimes you're just like, it's good to have some fear and a little bit of nausea just to make you feel alive, like you're holding on for dear life. So let's get out of this. Let me quickly actually blueprint this. So this, you can see I did my test sleeping giant, but we are going to. This is a decent picture of it. You got the sun right there. 11,000. Yeah, it's probably fairly expensive, but I've made more expensive stuff. This is gonna be called just the Sleeping Giant. Sleeping Giant is a great Mastodon song, by the way, and great video if you like kind of that progressive metal-ish. Not super progressive. It's kind of their transition stage, I guess, a little bit. Now they're a bit more poppy as well. But let's. Wait, what the hell? Why do I have on my MacBook Pandora Xmas deals? Pandora. PandoraBest.com. What the fuck is that bullshit? I've never been to like, I know they're those, like, overly priced bracelets. What the hell? It was in my calendar. Oh, I guess I'm going to be doing I'm literally clicking my calendar app. It's like, what's new in calendar? I've never opened the calendar app on my MacBook since I reinstalled I did a clean install of the latest, like, beta a few months ago. So yeah, something fishy's going on there. Anyways, I'll deal with that after. Cause yeah, what do I put for the description? The sleeping giant. As he rests onto the shores of Lake Superior. Lake Superior. I don't know. I was gonna say Thunder Bay. I mean, technically you view him from Thunder Bay, but yeah, I'll just put viewed from Thunder Bay, Ontario. So now when people get this, it's like, boom, you're learning about the world. Sleeping giant as he rests on the shores, Lake Superior, boom. In terms of, I mean, it's a wooden coaster. I'm just gonna leave it that way. If it was steel, I might do whatchamacallit, you know, custom colors and such. I will want to do, you know, a custom building around this at some point, but that's gonna take a lot of work and just figuring out the exact style I want to go for that. But you know what? I like this, and you know, I think I'm gonna keep this part here. Maybe. So yeah, it's out there for you guys if you want to do it. Drop a comment in here with a link to your Steam Workshop if you decide to modify this blueprint and do something of your own. I will be looking at this stuff in more dedicated videos, looking at all your coasters. Doesn't have to be this. It could be anything you want me to look at. I'm down for that. But I like this. So I think in future episodes, you know, we're gonna do more detailed sculpting of this to make it look more naturalized, get some trees and such in, you know, just making it look kind of nice. So, you know, work on this tunnel a little bit more and all that. But I kind of like, let's look at it from back here. You know, it doesn't look too tacky, right? From here, you're kind of like, this is a little hill. You can kind of see most of the coaster on the other side. You can barely, you know, if you really know, you're like, oh yeah, that does kind of look like a sleeping giant. And then same thing from over here. Obviously the coaster's in the way a fair bit, but you can still kind of make it out a bit. And that's what I like. It's kind of it's an obvious secret, you know, it's hiding in plain sight, I guess. So if you know about it, you're like, oh yeah, I get that. But if maybe you're not paying attention and you don't know, you're just like, oh, it's this little land ridge sort of thing. So that's cool. I really wanted to get some more coasters going in because I know people have, you know, been wanting that. And this is one that's actually going to stay. You know, the Hidden Dimensions was just like, let's just build something, but it didn't really fit with this. So this is going to stay for sure. And then the whole Underwater Panther thing, Lake Superior, I'm going to come back to this and actually fix this up and make it look like Lake Superior. This part over here is kind of okay, but the proportions are all off and this side is kind of wonky. I'm going to have to just ignore this part for now when I'm redesigning this back half. But we'll do some time lapses for that. And as well, though, it gives me the idea of the underwater panther having control of water creatures, including snakes. So I'm going to kind of go with that idea of a snake wrapping around here over the water. And it's like the underwater panther is like controlling them from in the water. So that'll be cool because it gives me, you know, more direction for this. I still think I'm going to do the platform probably right around here. And then have stairs going up this way. So I think that'll work pretty well. We can have them wrapping around and whatnot. And then this is just here for now. But I think this will be a good kind of way of sectioning off, having some more rides. Like the kids rides and the thrill rides, so on and so forth. And then it kind of brings you down this way, kind of towards the water. That will have the Halifax explosion sort of set up. And we'll figure out some more stuff to do here. And as well, now I've got the idea as well, having kind of the what do you call it, retaining wall maybe on this side might not be such a bad idea with the walkway. Have a couple more rides, couple more shops. So I'm slowly getting stuff together. I want to theme it though. I want to keep with this theme. So if you know of certain significant events in Canadian history, or specific kind of landmarks and stuff, then let me know, and I can see about maybe trying to fit them in. We've still got some space over here. In terms of building design, if you're really good at building design and you want to show off your chops and do some blueprints, I want to do some buildings out of limestone. I'm going to quickly show you guys this because I feel like somebody's going to go and design something. There is limestone walls, I thought. Let me see here. It's like a light. Is it the lime plaster? Oh, it's the lime plaster. Never mind. So this, I like the look of it, but it's still too kind of Mediterranean or something vibe to me. There is, though, so see this rough brick wall? This will go really well if we recolor it. So I was thinking of doing, oopsies. Well, I'll clear this one. Something like that. That kind of looks more like the limestone. So I want to do buildings out of this and maybe some wood. They kind of got to think like 1800s, you know. Mid 1800s, late 1800s, early 1900s. I kind of want to do that whole era. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to practice it and tweak that so that we can actually do the shops and the buildings. Will kind of look more like that. To keep with the general theme of this park. I don't know. So it's coming together. At least I have more direction. I just need to do it. And I hope you guys are cool with that. I think as well, we've got this little pathway. We'll be able to maybe thinking about maybe even have some more of it kind of going along. I don't know if I might not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, at this point, I'm rambling, though. It's been a long episode with no time lapses, so if you've been here the whole time, thank you very much. I'm going to go rest my throat and take some more medicine and all that stuff. So, again, I appreciate you putting up with me in my sickly state. That's going to do it for this one, though. So, get your ideas churning out in the comments below, and I'll take a look at them. And, yeah, I will upload this guy to the Steam Workshop. So by the time you're watching this video, this roller coaster will be on the Steam Workshop. Anyways, until the next episode, I say unto you, oh no! Wait. I forgot to do the first person's perspective. I'm so sorry. Wait, hey, get in the seat. I knew I forgot something. If you're still here, somebody post a comment being like, point of view of the sleeping giant is at, you know, an hour and 40 minutes. For other people, I apologize. Wow, that is pretty crazy, pretty good speed. Oh yeah. Oh, lots of speed going in there. Oh, the G-forces must be crazy. Here we go. Oh, looking over the water, that's actually really beautiful. I like this. And then it slows down a fair bit here. And the lack of banking, though, keeps the excitement up. That's not bad. Now imagine it with trees and stuff. And really getting the terrain looking nice. I think we got a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I mean, the stats don't lie. Right? All in the green. Good green suit. Yeah. I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that very much. Okay. So indeed, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. I will see you in the next one. Until then, peace out.